Hey everybody, this is Max Iori. I'm here doing my CSC 101 project. I picked data encryption and confidentiality of data for my issue. I believe this is a huge issue when it comes to computer science and studies of things on the computer, as it really incorporates everything that we do and all technology, new and old, that we've been using. It really helps to protect our data, and it really does things that people don't even really think about on a daily basis. So first I want to show you, this is my homepage. I used a bunch of different features to make this website, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we did. We used cPanel. We were given a domain name, and we were able to use that to go in and make ourselves a website. So we went into this and the public HTML, and it brings you to something like this, where we get it and we're able to actually create our own web page from essentially nothing. We're just giving a domain name, and we have to go around and actually create everything that's in it. So this is the text image, or the CSS image of what this home page actually is. So we have everything in the heading up here. Then we have the style category, and this is really what makes the page what it is. This gives it all the style, it gives it the color, it adds all these are borders and everything really that we want back there. So that's really essential to this project. In the body section of it, that's where we get the content that goes into it. So this content, and this is what that is coloring and giving borders to and everything. So you have my name, you have the images that we put in, including the GIF that we created in the Pixlr app. We have a whole bunch of things, including the titles that's given under H3. We have line breaks, we have the paragraphs, and this is all created using the cPanel app. To create my logos and my pictures and everything, we use the Pixlr on pixlr.com. And to do that, we edited the photos, we turned them into JPEG images, we layered the images, we textured the images, and that's how I really created all my banners and everything. And this right here is my banner. We had to crop and move and place all the images exactly where they needed to be. So on Pixlr, you can change the colors, you can crop, you can do just about all of that. So it's an extremely useful app um, that we used a lot during the semester, and I think that I'll continue to use later on throughout my life, and continuing on through my college career. So we can go back to the home page here, and for the GIF, we actually used easygif.com, which was a really awesome website that we are able to upload images to, and that will make it into this GIF that you see here. We can control the time and everything that it does. So I'm going to go down and go to my topics now. For my topics, the questions that we are asked are: indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intended purpose, such as the problem that the innovation solved, the opportunity that the innovation created, or the discovery that the innovation made possible. And for me, I said that this explained really what encryption is and the process used for that innovation. So we described what data encryption is down here, and it's really just uh, a program, it's an algorithm that takes a set of data, it transforms it, creates it into a jumbled message, and then it sends it to whoever you're looking to send it to, who has a deciphering key. They use that deciphering key and can decrypt that message and have the good shared message that you didn't really want anybody else to see. So it really protects all the images, all the data that you're looking to protect. So it's an extremely handy tool, and it's something that we really do need in today's society. So my next topic was explain a benefit and or harmful effect of innovation. So really what data encryption did was it allowed people to send data in a faster and a safer way. They were able to use the internet and things like email, which is really not so much of a secured method of sending data. So it could easily be hacked or whatever have you. So data encryption has really helped out with that, and it has made it a safer place. So whereas companies aren't having to just mail everything, which is also not the safest, they can encrypt messages and get them to whoever they need to get to quickly. So that's really the benefit. And one harmful thing I would say about data encryption is just the fact that if somebody gets a hold of that deciphering key, it's a small little negative thing, but if they get a hold of that, they will be able to decrypt the messages that you have been sending. So it's really just a matter of keeping that safe. My next prompt is explain the impact that the innovation has had on society and economy and our culture. And really, that's an enormous, enormous impact that it's had because, like I said, it is technology is forever advancing, and we really need this kind of stuff when it comes to the government, when it comes to the military, and when it comes to everyday use. The government can now keep messages and data that they have safe and secure. So there's not really, well, there is a chance, but there's less of a chance that things are going to go wrong that we don't want to. So the government can now keep data safer than they used to be able to against their enemies and everything. So that's really an amazing, amazing thing. And private parties can also use it as well. My last, or not my last, but my next topic is indicate one field other than computer science which this innovation has impacted or has the potential to impact, and describe the impact. So I kind of just explained that with the last prompt as well, is that it has a huge, huge benefits to the government and the military and private use, because now we're taking these all this data that was not as secured, and we're making it much, much more secured by the process of encrypting it. So it adds just a low element of safety that we never used to have, or if we did, it would take way too long. So this new and updated version using algorithms and everything is really the best method that we've had so far, and it really keeps things safe. So my next innovation is describe how a user interacts with the innovation, and it says data encryption. Um, Data encryption is really just a message or data that must first be uh, deemed necessary of protection. So a user takes that data, they decipher it using an algorithm or specific programs that they have out there. The data is then transmitted to the person who they're looking to send it to, and that person has a deciphering key, like I've said before, and that person can then enter in that data or that jumbled up message that really doesn't make any sense to the normal eye, and they'll put it into whatever program or whatever key they have, and that will change it back to the message that they were looking to send. So it really is just an extremely, extremely positive thing. My next thing is describe in detail how the innovations technology incorporates at least one of the big ideas of abstractions, algorithms, program, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. So it really incorporates all of these things. The biggest one being algorithms and internet, because it uses an algorithm to convert the data into encryptions and encrypted data. So that's really one of the biggest things, and that's really one of the biggest things that has made data encryption so positive and so safe. And the next thing is it really relies on the internet, because now we can send things over through the internet and not really fear as much that they're going to be hacked or that people are going to see that information. So my next page is describe how the innovation consumes data as inputs, produces data as outputs, and or transforms the data. So, like I've explained before, the user has to first transform that data into an input, which would be changing it using an algorithm to make it into that jumbled mess. It then produces that jumbled mess of data, which we then transform and send to the user, who then takes it and then deciphers it with the key and finds it. My last one would be describe at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to the innovation. The real thing that this does is it really protects things, including the cloud, which is a cyber storage. Um,